feel the power of the kitchen. Now you feel the power of you feel the power of the kitchen. You feel the power of the kitchen.
Hey, it's time for the Jesse T Show. Good to have you on the air. We're back on the air and everywhere in Southern California, from the community to the world, broadcasting from the Jesse T compound, some undisclosed place underground. Tonight on the Jesse T Show, it's you and me. The Brown Beauty is on duty. On the show tonight, we're gonna have some good old-fashioned fun. Let everybody know. Share it out, like it out. We're on Facebook.com/Jesse Terrero. Also on Instagram Live at Jesse Terrero and YouTube at Jesse Terrero. Also, LinkedIn and Twitter. And on the Power of Voices, our platform of the global radio market. Ah, yeah. Boy, if that doesn't get your blood going, I don't know what's going to. It's raining in Southern California. Not too hard, but it's raining anyway.
Now you feel the power of the kitchen.
The Brown Beauty's on duty. Jesse Terrero, it's me, Jesse T. Good to have you along with me tonight. We are broadcasting live from an undisclosed location somewhere in Southern California, the land we call the land of paradise. Except there's just too many people. But it's raining, and a lot of people are indoors right now. If you're on the highways and byways of Southern California, it's a slick, lousy mess out there. Be careful. And for those of you on the east coast of this greatest nation God ever created, the most civil nation ever put on the planet Earth for you and me and everybody to survive in, God bless the USA, the United States of America. On the East Coast, it's a snowing and it's a cold. Up in Chicago, it's snowing and cold. It's snowing and cold in the Midwest and the South. Except here in Los Angeles, it's just drizzly raining. Well, a little bit harder than that. A little bit up north in Northern California, they got some snow going up in there and some heavy rain. We don't want a lot of heavy rain down here because the fires, the mudslides, they're even worse than just about anything. Those mudslides start and wipe out everything else. And of course, all those houses, all the vegetation is gone. So we don't want that to happen. Today on the Jesse T Show, we're going to do something a little bit different. Yes, since it is 6 o'clock on the West Coast, coming up to it, it's time to have dinner with Jesse T. That's right. I made myself some raviolis with some Parmesan cheese, and I made myself some cranberry juice. And so you pull up a chair and strike something to eat and get your favorite beverage. I don't drink. I drink mostly water. Sometimes I'll have some juice, and sometimes I will have a chocolate shake. What can I tell you? Or Dr. Pepper. But right now, I got my raviolis. Now, check out those raviolis. Do they look pretty good? Yeah, not bad, right? It looks like a monster from Alien Covenant to me. It's about ready to blast out and gobble you up. Arrgh! Hey, thank you very much, Mater Paz, for being in yesterday. A lot of beautiful comments about that lovely, talented, beautiful lady. And we wish her the best of luck in Chicago. That's where she's going in about a week to shoot a major film. I'm going to take a bite of my food because it's dinner time for me. And I love raviolis. Oh, yeah. So it's dinner with Jesse. That's what it is. Dinner with Jesse here on the Jesse T Show. We're going to talk about a few things, though. But first, I got to take a bite, okay? Cheese raviolis, right? Rolled out raviolis, dough, pasta dough, cheese put in, some spinach, little Parmesan, boil them up for a few minutes, add some olive oil into the hot boiling water, strain it out, throw some butter in it, stir it around a little bit, and you have got cheese raviolis. Oh my God, look at that. Oh yeah, does that look good? Huh? Boy, that looks really good. Got my trusty bib. And wash it down with some nicely fresh squeezed cranberry juice. I could drink this stuff by the gallon, except it's awful sweet, you know. I can't have too much of that. So we're going to have some fun having dinner with Jesse T. Pull up a chair, strike yourself your favorite beverage, and make yourself something to eat, and sit down and enjoy the show. I'm a survivalist. I'm into prepping and all that stuff. So I got this book, and I get a lot of books like this. And I always wanted the big version of this. I got the small pocket version of it. It's the ultimate guide to United States Army survival skills, tactics, and techniques. I'm going to go over a couple of things in here because, boy, the world's getting dangerous. And so we're gonna talk about some things in here tonight. But first, before I get going, I love political satire. You know, I am independent conservative, tend to be Republican, but I do walk down the line of common sense and logic. Just the demon crazies on the other side are just too insane for me right now. You know, they all want socialism, and the Republicans on the other side, they're just oddballs too. You know, so I'm kind of drumming to the beat of my own heart, and digging it the way I see it, the world according to Torero. And so I am a Trumpster, though. I believe he's a great president and doing well. We can get into that later. Saying hi to Jeffrey Sowers, who has us on, and Masamiya Sakahura, and Dean Olson. Thanks a lot, Mark Morales, and Gregory Ham. Also, Jay Fountain Mob. I think I got it right. Appreciate that. But I love political satire, and I don't really care. And so there's this. My buddy Tony Tarantino sent me this video of Donald Trump, and you know it's really funny actually. So I'm gonna stop it here. I'm gonna break this camera off its stand and play it for you, old school style. So here, let me. My hands are gonna get in the way here. Okay, so bear with me. All right, here we go. Bring this camera here. Okay, there it is. And so I'll hold it, and I'm gonna I'm gonna turn it around so you can see the screen. All right, you see that right there, right there, and I'll turn it up a little bit here. So let's make sure this is up. Okay, this is some funny stuff, guys. So watch this. This is funny satire. If you can't laugh at stuff in the world, let me clean off that camera a little bit. If you can't laugh, you can't live. You got to laugh at stuff. We're taking things way too serious these days. Okay, you see it there? All right, I'm going to play this. This is some funny stuff. My buddy Tony Tarantino sent this. That's the father of Quentin Tarantino. And he sent me this, and it is funny as all get out. Okay.
In a land of timeless beauty, he was a man of peace.
The fake media tried to stop us from going to the White House, but I'm president and they're not.
But when they threatened his world and the woman he loved, he was driven to war.
Putting chemicals in the waters, they turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Get him out of here! Get out! Go home to mommy. Go home. Bye. You are fake news.
Is that funny as all get out? Man, I got to tell you something, really, honestly, guys. I am so happy we have a New York gangster president. He's acting just like John Gotti. I mean, he is a gangster from Queens all the way. And I am so happy we have him as our president. I just love the gangster in this guy. It's hilarious. I got to play that again. I'm sorry. Oh, I got to play this again. Yeah. This is oh, political satire.
In a land of timeless beauty, he was a man of peace.
The fake media tried to stop us from going to the White House, but I'm president and they're not.
But when they threatened his world and the woman he loved, he was driven to war.
Putting chemicals in the waters, they turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Get him out of here! Get out! Go home to mommy. Go home. Bye. You are fake news.
Oh, man. Is that just the funniest? Oh, I swear to God, I'll say it again. I love our New York gangster president. He is so friggin' righteously hardcore. I totally love the guy. That's why I voted for him. He just was gangster enough. I came across this other video. It's a Jesse T show today. We're just having fun. We're having dinner with Jesse. And I made up these raviolis. Oh, they are so good. Let me tell you, they are so good. Look at that. Look at that. Is that a ravioli? It looks like something from an alien movie. Oh God. Ah. Mm. Hmm. Oh God. Where did I learn how to eat? Rolled out some dough, some pasta dough. Put some cheese in there. Some great Italian cheese. Some spinach. Boiled them up. Then threw a little olive oil in the boiling water. And a little butter. Parmesan cheese. Now that's eating. So I ran across this other video. Are you guys daredevils? Do you like to do things that make your heart go bang bang? A lot of people do. You know, they jump out of planes with parachutes. They love those zoom lines. They love jumping off cliffs into the ocean. Some people love to get in there and do lots of endurance things. Some people are into riding those 100-foot waves at Maverick Beach. Saying hi to Richard Middleton. Some people love being in those balloons, right? And some people love hand gliding. You know, those gliders back in the 1980s and 90s, the 80s especially, that was all the rage. You used to see them jumping off the mountains in Sylmar. My mother actually did that. She liked to fly. We had a plane, so when I was growing up. But nevertheless, some people are into those hand glider stuff, right? And so, and you can go to certain places, and if you've never done hand gliding, you can hand glide. Okay, you can tag on. They'll hook you up to an instructor, a professional, and you jump off the mountain. Now in Switzerland, they have this mountain that they do, and it's like 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 feet up a cliff. And so this tourist went on this ride with a professional hand glider, pilot, and something terribly wrong happened. Now, check it out. Okay, so this video came across my way, so check it out. Okay, see the hand glider, guys? All right. I don't know if it has any volume. Okay, but I'm going to read it as it comes up. The tourist is about ready to jump off a mountain.
Are you ready for... From run? Yes. 3, 2, 1, go. Run, 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 run.
Chris is left holding on for dear life after his pilot forgot to strap him into the craft, leaving him dangling hundreds of feet in the air. The guy's holding on, man. Chris realized he wasn't attached. Look at him. This guy's got a grip seconds into the flight. This man with a steel grip. And for more than 2 minutes, he had to hold on with his grip while his pilot tried to make an emergency landing. Look at that guy just holding, man, in Switzerland. Look at that left hand and the right hand. This guy's hanging, man. During his terrifying trip, look how high up they are. Chris believed he wouldn't make it and thought he would fall to his death. Yeah. So he focused all his efforts on holding on as hard as he could. Look at his right hand. Look at it. It kind of, then it grabs. Look at that. Look at that. Guy's holding on with one arm. That's a strong dude, man. After surviving the 4,000-foot glide from the mountain, they began their descent. Wow. Look at his right hand on the ground, guy's leg. The craft is coming in too fast. And due to the impact, Chris tore his left bicep tendon, and he had to have surgery on his wrist. But it could have been a lot worse. How fast they're coming in. Man, Switzerland sure is green. Look how fast they're coming in. Holy smokes. Now watch Chris. He lets go in a second. There he goes, there he goes, there he goes. Bam! He hits the ground. What a terrifying experience. Look how fast in real time. Unbelievable. Look at it. It's just shaking him, and he's hanging on. He loses his grip. He grabs onto anything. Oh, man. Now, I tell you, I do hangers, right? I do hangers from the bar to increase the grip strength for Spartan racing and your forearm strength. And I can hang for about 2 minutes. That's straight quality, simple hanging. You know, I can hang this way, this way, this way, right? I can hang. That guy had to hang for like 4 or 5 minutes, going that fast with the wind and the moving around and the banging. Unfriggin' believable. You might want to think twice when you do some Daredevil stuff. God bless America and the good old USA, the greatest nation with the greatest military of all time. Nowhere is it better than right here.
Today, you people are no longer maggots. Today, you are Marines. You're part of a brotherhood. From now on, until the day you die, wherever you are, every Marine is your brother. Most of you will go to Vietnam. Some of you will not come back. But always remember this: Marines die. That's what we're here for. But the Marine Corps lives forever. And that means you live forever.
I love that. Marines die. That's what you are here for. I mean, I can deal with that. Absolutely no problem. God bless Gunnery Sargent Emory. That guy, I loved him. And just terrific. I mean, you know, what a great actor he became. And, yeah, I'm still eating. You're having dinner with me, Jesse T. Here's another ravioli about ready to go. Look at that juicy Italian ravioli. Huh. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. So, Sergeant Emory, the man who was giving the Marines their instructions, was an actual hero in Vietnam and a gunnery sergeant. Whole lifetime, about 30 years. And when he walked in to read for the part, that's a Stanley Kubrick movie. The guy I talked about last week who said he made all the movies of the moon landing. And he did Dr. Strangelove and Clockwork Orange and 2001 Space Odyssey, and so many more. He did that one right there, that movie too, which is one of my all-time favorites. And when he came in to read for the part, they had gone through many people that were trying to be drill sergeants. He just came in his uniform, which is a real uniform, with the real stripes and the real medals. And he started in as a drill sergeant the minute he walked in the door to everybody in that room. And took Stanley Kubrick by total surprise. And he got the part immediately. He knew within seconds this was my guy. What a guy, Sargent Emory. Never had the chance to meet him. Always wanted to. But, you know, right on, brother. He's passed away now. Thank you for your service. Talk about service. I came across another video of a gentleman who was a SEAL and a motivational speaker now. And this is a little bit long, but I want you guys to hear his message, because this is the reality of life. And I think his message is terrific. This is one of my favorite websites. It's called the Goalcast website. So many terrific messages like this. Check it out.
Mike screamed, "Grenade out!" and jumped on it, and boom! 2 snipers were providing overwatch for the other platoon.
I'm going to play that again because it comes at you hard. Now here we go. This was an ex-SEAL team member, and he's talking about his war experience.
Mike screamed, "Grenade out!" and jumped on it, and boom! 2 snipers were providing overwatch for the other platoon that were trying to maneuver.
Okay, I'm going to play that again. You see what just happened? Live the story with this guy.
Mike screamed, "Grenade out!" and jumped on it, and boom! 2 snipers were providing overwatch for the other platoon that were trying to maneuver. And unbeknownst to Mike and those guys, an insurgent had seen where they were firing, had snuck up next to the side of that building, pulled out a hand grenade, pulled it, and threw it up. And that thing came right up, boom, and hit Mike on the chest. Petty Officer Mike Mansour took the entirety of that blast in his face and his chest. He lasted for another 35 minutes before he passed away on the medevac route. The kicker of this story is there was a stairwell right next to Mike, right next to him. And all he had to do was jump down that stairwell to save his own life, but he didn't. He turned and jumped on the grenade, sacrificing himself so his 2 brothers could both go home and hug their wives, kiss their children, and fight another day. I want you to think to yourself, what would you do? For 70 years, United States Navy SEAL Team, we've been pushing the envelope. We've been setting the bar. We've been setting the standard for what the team life is and how you should live. Are you really committed to yourself physically? Because we all know when the going gets tough, the more in shape, the more focused you are on what you eat and what you consume, the better you are. I spent 15 months in the frigid waters of the Pacific Ocean, to the mountains of Afghanistan on 7 different occasions, and to the shores of Haiti doing missionary work with my church. And what I've learned in this incredible journey are a few undeniable truths about what enables us to succeed. Now, truth number 1 is you got fear in your heart always, and you can't defeat it. Everybody's like, well, that's a bummer. The problem is, ladies and gentlemen, is you're wired for fear, right? It's part of our lives. We have it in what we do for a living, right? You talk about fear in your lives and your personal lives with your family. Folks, we've got fear, period. So what you have to learn to do is embrace it. Truth 1. The second one is self-confidence is huge. It's important, and you got to forge it every single day. The third one is you got to live with purpose. If you don't have purpose in your life, you don't have momentum. You don't have anything driving you forward, anything pulling you out of bed every single day. And the last one, and the one I learned that left an indelible mark, not only in my heart, but in my soul, on those beaches across the street over there, is nobody does it alone. There's not a single person in this whole room right now that can raise their hand and say, you know what, Rod, I've done it by myself. Not a single person out there has helped me, not a one. We all need help. So as a result of that, you have to recognize that you have to live what I call a team. You have to be 100% focused that everything you think about, everything you do is with someone else, is with a team. Amen, right? We've been giving everything we are to our communities, to our families, to our children. But more importantly, we're willing to give everything we are and potentially everything we will ever be for the man that's next to us. This is the team life. This is what my mission here is today, is to help you understand this standard, to help you redefine your understanding of what that mission might look like for you. Are you working on it? Are you working on it right now? Did you work on it today? Are you going to go work on it tonight? Because I tell you, with those three things, you're on the road to commitment. I've worked with every kind of person there is on this planet. We all bleed red. What I care about is there's something that gets you out of bed every morning. There's something that you have faith in that's bigger than yourself. There's something that you're willing to sacrifice for another human being. That's powerful.
You see, his message is pure. His motivation is right. And his direction is sound. Teamwork. Together, everybody achieves more. And the beautiful thing about his message is it is real. It's not a message that Hollywood made up. This is a real message. And that is, you have to build yourself a team that you trust in. The Jesse T compound. Yes, we got a team. 3-4 guys. If the zombies attack and it becomes a zombie apocalypse, we got a place to go where we got running well water and we're protected by mountains and we can see long way away, long way, see who's coming. And it's a team. We have people that are EMT, people that are weapons experts, people that are combat fighting experts, hand to hand, people that grow food, people that understand how to grow things and plant and nurture animals. We have people that are experts in building and structures and engineering, mechanics and electronics. Yes, you have to build a team, okay? That's how you survive. And that's really important. You can't do it alone. The problem is, though, is finding the right team members, and you're going to go through them. Okay, this tops it all, guys. This tops it all. I mean, this one, this one here is got to be the story of the day. Okay, this one here. When I came across this story, I'm done eating, by the way. Boy, those raviolis were good. The cranberry juice was good, too. When I got done reading this story, I just sat back in my chair and shut my eyes in the office today. And I said, I can't believe what I just read. So I said, I got to tell the folks about this one. In America... we are upside down. Check this out. And I have a Samsung Note 8 phone, right? Check it out. Woman sues Samsung for $1.8 million after cell phone gets stuck inside her vagina. What? What is a cell phone doing inside that woman's vagina in the first place? Was this like a plan? She put it on vibrate, shoved it up in her vagina, and her boyfriend calls? An Albuquerque woman is suing Samsung for $1.8 million after she necessitated medical attention after inserting her cell phone inside her vagina and was unable to retrieve it for 96 hours. What? Wait a minute. 96 hours. 72 hours is 3 days. 24 hours, more onto that, is 80. 72 and 24 is what? 96. 4 days? Did she pee all over her cell phone? Oh my God, I'd hate to be the doctor to pull that thing out. Selma Bryant, 39, claims her medical bills at the University of New Mexico Hospital amount to $1,168,000, and that she has suffered from severe psychological distress because of the whole ordeal. No friggin' clue! No friggin'! Of course! Man, your cell phone is stuck in your vagina for 4 days, and you put it in there. I mean, why does Samsung have to pay you $1.8 million? Did they reach out and put the cell phone in your vagina? Excuse me, ma'am. I'm from Samsung. I'm just here tonight on a Friday night. We want you to strip down naked. We're going to shove your cell phone, your Samsung Note 8 cell phone, in your vagina. That's what we're going to do, ma'am. And you are going to have a very nice time for 4 days because we're going to put it on automatic vibrate and call you 24 hours a day. Every minute, you'll be vibrating. You'll be known as the vibrating vagina. Brian said she first inserted a cell phone inside her vagina as a dare from one of her friends, but quickly realized that the phone would not come out. I wanted to see how it would feel to put my cell phone on vibration mode inside of me, just for fun, but it soon turned out to be a nightmare, she told Judge Andrew Peterson in tears. Samsung is definitely at fault here, as they offer no warning about the dangers and potential risks during the insertion of cell phone and their products inside their clients' male or female bodies, cavities, or genitals, or my vagina. Selma Bryant's lawyer, Jim McAfee, said in court. Yeah, they sound the same. A Samsung spokesman said they would not comment on this case at this moment, but explained that an out-of-court settlement was still an option on the table. Apple faced a similar lawsuit in 2014 after a man had attempted to swallow 14 iPhones and ended up in an emergency room for mercury poisoning. Apple was eventually forced to legally satisfy that their products were not fit for human consumption, and they had to specify that, and the man was conceded an undisclosed amount of money. Mama T, I want to shove the AT&T cell phone in your vagina. And then we can sue AT&T for $1.8 million because they didn't put it on the box cover. Don't shove your phone in your vagina. Because if you do, it could hurt you. Makes me just wanna bang my head. Oh! Don't shove your phone in your vagina. 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 Shove a pickle. Shove a cucumber. Shove a carrot. Shove a big fat potato. But don't shove the phone in your vagina. Don't in your vagina. That's what men are for. That's what men are for. Not a phone in your vagina, please, unless you want to. Sue AT&T, Samsung, Apple, or any Android company for $1.8 million. You can get away with it. Ladies, let me watch. Shove that phone in your vagina. We will get rich. Let's see. What can we find in the car after the phone? Maybe we can sue the Chevy Volt for giving us an electrical current. I'm telling you, what is America coming to? What is America coming to? Samsung is actually going to pay this woman $1.8 million because she shoved the Samsung Note 8 phone in her vagina and it got stuck there for 4 days. And Apple did it a couple of years ago. They paid out some guy who swallowed 14 Apple phones because they didn't have, you aren't supposed to eat apples. Apple is the name of the company. There's no apples in the box. Oh, and our courts have just fallen apart. They're actually going to give this woman money. You know something? I think I'm going to put an ad in Craigslist. It's going to say, I have a way to make $1 million. Bring your cell phone over, and I'll show you the way, and you sign this contract, and we're going to sue the maker of the company $1 million after you do what I tell you to do, and we're going to split it 50-50. Oh my goodness gracious. What is our world coming to? You know something? I need some good old, after that one, I need some good old American, good old raging American entertainment. I got to get pure. I got to breathe some fresh air here. Fresh air. I don't think she's shoving any phones in her vagina. I don't think he's eating 18 Apple phones. Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! Boom! I think after that, I've just got purified. I did. I feel better now. It kind of brought me back to, some seriousness here. That's right. It did. Look, there's a couple things I wanted to tell you. I told you this book right here, we're going to look in the survival book. I'm a survivalist and a prepper, and I've studied Wing Chun Kung Fu for, about 30 years now. My Sifu Gary Lam for 20 years. The baddest ass Kung Fu man. And he was also a Muay Thai champion too in Thailand. I studied boxing. Benny Ukidis, great boxer, taught me how to box first, then my dad, and then I went to Burbank and boxed at the Olive View Rec Center when they had boxing there. They don't do that anymore. When I was a kid growing up, and then wrestling in high school, junior college, junior high school. That's when we had thicker skin. And junior wasn't a disparaging term. We didn't have to call it middle school. It was junior school, junior high school, and high school, and college. I wrestled and did pretty good. So, I got my combat fighting skills and never served in battle or anything like that. But boy, growing up in my neighborhood, I sure fought a lot. So it was sort of like battle. And so weapons work, firearms, all that stuff I know. But nevertheless, the bottom line is you have to survive. You have to survive, and you have to take care of yourself. No one is going to come to your rescue when all hell breaks loose. When the fit hits the shan, as my buddy Larry Elders says, when the fit hits the shan, Larry Elders, when the fit hits the shan in a zombie apocalypse, or they blow off a EMP to destroy America's whole grid, you have to survive. Nobody's going to help you. And one of the things you have to do, besides, of course, the basics of water and food and someplace safe and warm to sleep and protection and that stuff, you've got to learn how to survive against the raging animals called human beings who will rape, kill, murder, pillage everything that they can. And if they think you got something, they're going to take it from you in hordes of great mass animalistic behavior. So you've got to survive. So if somebody grabs you, I'm going to show you a couple of things here in pictorial form. And then I'll show you on my body. If somebody grabs you at the front, some really easy things to do. And this is out of, I like going to real people that teach combat, okay? And learning my information from, and that have been in combat. This is from the Army Manual. This is some of the things that they teach in the very specific and very dangerous fighting method of the United States military. It is unbelievable. I've studied it. It's great. Anyway, if somebody grabs you by the collar, grabs your arms, okay? You see this picture right here? They kind of grab you by the arms, or kind of try to hug you. One of the things you do is you do a cross grab on the collar. You cross your arms here, and you grab the collar. This arm grabs this side, and this underarm grabs the other side, and you rip the collar together. You rip your hands, pull your hand that way and pull your hand this way. And I don't care what kind of collar they got. A t-shirt collar, a suit collar, a tie collar. It doesn't make any difference. You do that and you will choke them out. You will choke them out so fast and they will let go of you and you can run away. Okay? So that's one thing I wanted to teach you there. You got that right there? Cross hands. One hand goes to the opposite collar. The other hand goes to this collar. And then this hand pulls back, and then underhand pulls that. You will choke them out. They will not know what hit them. It's very simple. Okay. Here's another one that I think is terrific, and that is it's called a collar grab choke. Okay. So a lot of times, you see the MMA guys choking people out and stuff. Well, they don't have any shirts on or anything, and this is if your opponent has a shirt. Any kind of shirt, it doesn't matter. You grab the collar, right? And you grab the collar and you pull them together. Bang. And you pull them together and twist. You add the twist to it. You pull them together, your hands together, and then add the twist. That'll choke them out enough for them to stop holding you, because their natural instinct will be to try to get away. Then you can split the scene. Why do I say split the scene? Look, you can come back and fight another day, okay? You don't know if they have friends. You don't know anything about them. They got a knife or a gun. You don't know. You got to get out of there. So you split the scene. You just want to remember to get the hell out of there, okay? And come back and fight another day if you want to fight them. Of course, unless your family is behind you and your life is at stake, and you're at that point. But if you can get away, get away. Okay, here's another great choke, and it's called a a carotid choke, okay? And what they do right here on the side of your neck, everybody has the same neckline under here, okay? And there's skin right there, and at the top where the jawbone, kind of right under the jaw, where the throat, the larynx and the throat and the esophagus is right there. There's a soft spot right there. And so what you do is you put your hands up there, and when someone's trying to grab you from the front like this, and you reach there and you put your thumb right up in there and your first forefinger behind, and you drive your thumb into the throat. You drive it into the throat. Remember, you're doing it on the other side. You will pinch that throat just enough, they will stop. And if they don't, they're going to go unconscious, okay? But they will stop. They will stop and allow you to get away. Here's the last one. It's called a trachea choke. And you really got to sink this in when you get it. Now, you can't see it in the picture here, but his chin is raised up. A lot of people's chins aren't going to be raised up. So you got to take that hand and you have to shove it up in there like it has like you're trying to pound something in the ground. Okay, you got to shove it up in there and really get deep in that choke and squeeze that trachea. Now, when you do that, it's like 1 pound of pressure, that trachea will collapse, and they will go down. And once the trachea collapses, it just doesn't undo itself. They'll die, but you can get away. Okay, so let me show you what they're talking about here. So on me, the cross, you see the cross here. If I grab somebody and she shoved her hand this way and shoved the other hand this way underneath me, this way, and pulled these two together, you see how that chokes me out right there? See? You can kind of see what it does. Okay? Can you imagine pulling? Okay? That's the first one. The second one was taking the collar, the front of the collar right here, right? The front of the collar right here, and pulling it this way and pulling it back. So if you can, you grab this collar here on your opponent, you pull it back this way, and grab the other collar here and pull it back that way. You pull them both back, okay? And this will shove up deep up in here. It'll choke them out, okay? The other one is the carotid choke. And what you do, see right here, see where the jaw and this part right here meet? It's a soft part right here. The older you get, the more flabby the skin gets. But right here, okay, and what you do is you shove your thumb right here and you shove it towards the larynx, the throat, the esophagus, the trachea. See how mine shoves toward, and you take your first finger here, shove it back here to give you some leverage. And you got the other side doing this, and you drive those thumbs together. That will collapse that and you'll get away. The other one, the last one, is that trachea choke. You can't get it down here, okay? You can't get it here. You got to shove it way up high, right there. So right there, and squeeze as hard as you can, and you'll choke them out. So I wanted to kind of teach you some things there with survival, because, you know, we got people out there doing weird things these days. We just talked about a few of them. And there's just a lot of weirdos, a lot of weirdness going on in this world. And, you know, that's the thing. So you got to be able to survive, because nobody is going to come for you. No one is going to come for you. Hey, it's a Jesse T Show. Having fun with you today. Saying hi to Asher Gandhi and Andrew Finelli, Master Andrew Finelli, a champion Taekwondo, multi-black belt level Taekwondo artist. Total cool dude, man. Mitchell Purtle. Thanks a lot, Mitchell, for having us on. And Teresa Bolton has us on. Maggie Chipata Weatherly has us on. Thank you. Rob Fletcher has us on. Angela Downey. James Quinn. Frank Trito. Zion Chava. Isaiah Pickett. Richard Middleton. Elena Beck. Thanks a lot, guys. So many people chiming into the Jesse T Show, and I really appreciate that. So we're trying to have some fun here and show you some important things that maybe might not be so right on the button, but are not political, but are just kind of things that I think about all day long. A couple more things that we're going to call it quits here. I just wanted to review last night's show with Maytar Paz. Look how beautiful she is. Let's see here. Maytar Paz, everybody. Check out the show. It's in my timeline on Facebook.com. How beautiful, talented actress she is. Gorgeous, absolutely beautiful woman. Great personality, charming, very smart. She served in the Israeli military for 2 years. She's Israeli, and she's learned Krav Maga. She became a sergeant in the Israeli military. She's getting ready for the show to just about start here.
Now it's time for Straight on the Point with Jesse T. from some undisclosed location somewhere in the world. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Jesse T.
Oh, it's good to be back with you. The Brown Beauty is back on duty. Oh, yeah. And the weather is changing very fast. I love it.
That was yesterday's show, live from the studio with Maytar Paz. Look at that beautiful smile. Is she just a gorgeous lady? Look at that. She's got a brand new movie called, And They Lived, that she wrote, produced, directed, and starred in, and it is getting great reviews everywhere. At all the festivals, it's winning all kinds of awards. You can see it on Amazon Prime coming up here very soon. She's on her way to Chicago right now to star in a lead role opposite a very highly rated A-list actor. So anyhow, you can check it out. One thing I wanted to show you guys, you see that said 136 views? Well, this is something that Facebook is doing now, and that is what they've been doing is they have been cutting everybody short. This year, they made a corporate decision to only let 10% views come through, just 10% of the views to come through. 90% of your audience does not see what you're doing in your friends list or your fan club list. 90% won't see what you're doing. And Facebook has decided that they're only going to allow 10%. Which means if you add 10%, that means there's roughly 1,500 people at this point that have seen this in 24 hours just from Facebook alone. This isn't down our network. That's just right here. But they're only showing about that much. So I just wanted to let you know that. Anyhow, made our pause.
We're shifting over a big emphasis now into YouTube to build a subscribership, and we want you to be a part of that. It's free, and we want to build that up. Facebook has been playing some games with the amount of people they allow to watch your show. They're only allowing 10%. So whenever somebody's viewing, and whatever your numbers are, when you see, that's only 10% of the actual people that they're allowing to view your show. They're clipping 90% of the people out. And they made that decision sometime this year, and it's starting to affect us because we see more viewers, but they're not able to actually connect and interact with us. Whereas on YouTube, you can do that. They don't have those parameters lined up in there. So YouTube channel, Jesse Terrero. Also Instagram Live. We're on an Instagram Live right now, Jesse Terrero. And we're on Facebook.com/
hey, who is that guy?
And the Power of Voices on Facebook and the Power of Voices on YouTube. Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+.
Shut up. Let's hear from her.
Work here.
Yes.
And we have like some more awards that I don't have on this poster, but you can check it out on my...
Right. And then you have the top shorts winner. That's because everybody wore shorts that day. Yes.
And tops.
And tops. Well, I hope so. If you didn't, then we're talking about a different kind of Hollywood there. Okay. Winner of the Los Angeles Film Awards too. So this is a film. This is one of those films, And They Lived. This is one of those quiet kind of films that kind of come out and then all of a sudden you're winning awards and then you get some full theatrical distribution.
And also quiet, it fits the film because a lot of the film doesn't have dialogue. Mostly like the princess and the prince scenes, all the fantasy doesn't have dialogue versus the real world that has dialogue.
Right.
But I think it kind of serves the film in a way that we don't really know if the people from like the princess and the prince, are they really happy, because we don't know what they say.
Right.
They never talk, they never complain, they never express anything.
Right.
It's mostly just the way they look and smile, and it could be this like fake smile that
Yeah, the Hollywood or the Queen.
No, she's just great.
In a parade, right?
Smile and wave.
The perfect wave, right?
Yeah.
Right. I don't want to be here. My feet hurt. My corns are killing me. The blisters on my heels are right?
So I think it's something that the audience asks themselves while watching the film. Are they really happy? Is that really the perfect love story?
Right. So why this film?
Anyway, you can watch that show. It's podcasting now live, and of course on the Jesse T Show. All right. Tomorrow we are going to be celebrating some terrific things. Tomorrow we are going to be at the Skirball Center. In fact, I had some information about that I wanted to let you know, because Dan the Man and I are going to be broadcasting live out at the Skirball Center. It's Friday tomorrow, right? Yeah, it is Friday. And the reason why we're going to be out there, there's a big event and awards ceremony going on. Yeah, this is the time of the season that Hollywood awards itself for all the good things that Hollywood does. Sometimes they don't do so many good things. But anyway, let me see. What's going on here? How come I can't find it? It's always like that when you want to find something and you set something up and you want to find it, but you can't, right? Okay, there it is. Okay, yeah. So anyway, this is we're going to be out there for the Caucus for Producers, Writers, Directors, the 36th Annual Caucus Awards Dinner, red carpet festival and festivities. We have to check in a little bit earlier, but the red carpet starts at 6:15 p.m. Perfect timing for the Jesse T Show, the Friday night version, as we're road tripping. Dan the Man and I are going to be out there at the Skirball Cultural Center. You know, that's right up there, Mulholland Drive, from the 405 freeway. You can see it on the right-hand side. Beautiful, beautiful place, and just gorgeous. There's going to be tons of stars. The red carpet is going to be in the reception area, so they're kind of letting us know that. A lot of interviewers are going to be there. Lots of paparazzi and lots of movie stars are going to be coming through there. This is one of the big Hollywood awards ceremonies and charitable activities. This is one of the big ones. And so we're going to be out there covering it for you, so you can watch it here live on the Jesse T Show. Okay, so just kind of wanted to let you know about that. Stick this back right in here like this, and see if I can get that in there. Yeah, got it in there. Okay, so now I don't have to hold it. All right. Hey, it's good to have you guys along with me. Appreciate it. We're going to kind of call it a quits here. Go to our site at facebook.com/Jesse Terrero for our feed, and also go to our site for a YouTube channel, Jesse Terrero, Instagram Live, Twitter, LinkedIn. We're posting up a whole bunch of stuff, a lot of podcasting going to be going on there right after the show. So we welcome you to check it out. Here, I'm going to read you one thing that I think is important to understand. You know, you hear the demon crazies talk about gun control, and the left wing, the lefties. They're also worried about gun control. Well, let me say this. I'm going to read you a statistic. This is the real FBI stuff. The United States is the third in murders throughout the world. No doubt about it. Okay? If the United States of America, 48 states continuous, plus 2, Alaska and Hawaii, and I don't know why Puerto Rico doesn't want to become a state, but 50 states, the United States is in third place in the world in murders. That's a simple fact. There's no denying that. Okay? Now, let's look at that for a second. If you remove the number one place in America where you can get yourself murdered, Chicago. More black on black murders there than anywhere else in America. More black on black crime. Okay? And the number one place for murdering is in Chicago. The number two place, you would have imagined, is Detroit. Even though Detroit is trying to come back, it's the number two place. The number three place, if you probably could have imagined, Washington, D.C. Now, Chicago, Detroit, Washington, D.C. The number fourth place is St. Louis. St. Louis. Okay? And the fifth place is New Orleans. So you have Chicago, Detroit, Washington, D.C., St. Louis, and New Orleans. These five cities, if you remove them from the list, the United States then comes in at not third place in the world for murders. Now, this is true statistics. You cannot get around this. The United States comes in at 189th out of 193 countries in the entire world, God's blue-green planet called Earth. 189 if you take Chicago, Detroit, Washington, St. Louis, and New Orleans out of the mix. And by the way, all those towns are left-wing, lefty, demon-crazy nut places. They all have lots of welfare. They all have lots of low-income and low-brow educated people. Okay? They are predominantly black population cities with predominant of black African-American families. Okay? Most of the murdering is black on black crime. Okay? The Latinos are starting to infiltrate these areas, and it's starting to change a little bit. Now, here's something else. All five cities, Chicago, Detroit, Washington, St. Louis, and New Orleans, all five of these cities have some of the strictest, most strict gun control laws in the United States of America. Why do you think we're having more and more crime in Los Angeles and San Francisco and San Diego and San Jose and Fresno and Sacramento and Bakersfield and California? Well, here's why. Our gun laws, though we voted as citizens to be able to carry concealed weapons, the politicians have made it so that we can't in the different cities and counties. 189th in the world of 193 countries. That's where we would be if you take Chicago, Detroit, Washington, St. Louis, and New Orleans. Predominantly left-wing lunatic, progressive social communists, one world order demon crazies, and have the strictest gun laws. Go figure that out. Does that just blow your mind? I mean, really. When you look at statistics and you understand how to decipher them, then you can begin to understand the real story, not what the fake news and one world ordered lunatics want you to know. You'll begin to understand and see the light. Headbanging time. Yeah.
How do you feel the power of the kitchen?
Everybody, bang your head, bang your head, bang your head. Everybody, bang your head, bang your head. Everybody, bang your head, bang your head.
How do you feel the power of...
Ah! Ooh. The Jesse T Show, every day of the week, Monday through Friday, right here at 5 o'clock on KTNT, radio and TV network across the channels, 20 plus social media TV networks. On the Power Voices and the Global Radio Network. Hundreds of thousands of listeners. Millions of views on Google Plus. You never know what we're going to get into from day to day. We have a good time. Tomorrow, Dan the Man and I will be out at the Skirball Center bringing you all the stars at the Producers Galley and Ball, the Caucus, the 36th annual one at the Skirball Center live here on the Jesse T Show. And when Dan the Man's around, oh, the fireworks happen. Damn. The Road Dog King. Dan the Ladies Man. Bang the head. Take us out. Boom. Jesse T. It's me, Jesse T. The Brown Beauty, always on duty. Oh yeah. Time to go though. Gotta go hit the training time. It's training time. You take care of yourself. You be careful out there, my friends. I want to see you here tomorrow on the Jesse T Show. The Brown Beauty is off duty. See ya!